up for Andrew. He's the best host ever with the rhymes. How'd you guys like all that?
Yeah.
He makes math cool. I was just telling him. It's very tough to make math cool. He doesn't. I told myself I wasn't going to have notes this time. This is actually, Andrew, this is my second time performing his first timer show. And neither one was my first time. But he's nice enough and cool enough to let me do my thing, and I haven't done it in like 2 years, so it feels like my first time. I've never been nervous before when I did it. The first time I ever did it was like 4 years ago, and I just wasn't nervous because I was coming fresh off like, I know this is a little deep and or a little heavy, let's say, not deep, heavy, like severe brain damage. Yeah, so I'm what is commonly referred to as the wild card in the group. I'm sure everybody's got one, maybe not, I hope so. I'm pretty sure, right? There's always a wild card. But I'm that. So, you know, I might just take it easy and maybe just get buzzed and chill, or I might black out and run into the middle of the street on like a somewhat major byway, I guess. It's not a highway, it's like sort of the main road, I don't know. And I would just get, and I might run into the middle of the road like belligerent and get hit by a newspaper delivery truck. Which occurred. That's the wild card. Right? I'm saying. So, that happened, and then after that happened, you know, it was crazy. Coma, the whole deal. Like, you know, they didn't know if I was going to live. You know, I mean, I was asleep, so I don't know. But from what I'm told, you know, it was real serious, and I had to do everything. So, like, you know, once I came to, one time they were like, oh, it's my first real thing, actually, besides the one roommate that I sort of remember, this crazy old dude. He was great. He was like, he was real, he was a veteran. I think it was Vietnam or Korea, one of the two. I know it because it had to be one of the two. And I was like, he would just get mad about nothing. Whatever. He would just, because he was, you know, he fell, I guess, and everybody, I know he fell. But it's not even a joke. Like, everybody, I was the only person there that was under like 40 or 50. I was like by far the youngest person there. Kessler Rehab Center, which is where I had to go to do my stuff after the hospital, which, you know, I was in the coma and the whole thing. So then, once I went there, yeah, Ralph. I don't know how I remember that, Ralph. Ralph, he, fuck you 10 times. You say, hey, what up, Ralph? Fuck you. 10 times. I was like, it wasn't just a fuck you 10 times. But that was Ralph. So anyway, that was my first memory. And then my second memory was, they said 128, and I was like, it kind of just like, it was like a smack in the face, even though apparently I had opened my eyes like a week or two prior to that because they couldn't move me from the hospital to the rehab center till I opened my eyes. I guess that's a prereq. But, so 128, and then I looked, and you know, they had to, I guess, I also vaguely remember them assisting me up to the scale, but that's how much I weighed at the time, 128, and I looked down because it was just like a punch in the face. Oh shit, 128. And I looked down and I was like, it was just like, I was emaciated or whatever, like just, you know, I had a feeding tube and a breathing tube, so I couldn't eat or breathe on my own, I guess. But, yeah, so 128, you know, the whole thing, had to learn how to walk again, use my hand again, my leg, had to walk, you know, they thought I was going to be severely retarded, they didn't know if I was going to live. And then it was, you know, open the eyes, and then I was like singing Spanish, because it was a frontal lobe brain injury. 1 minute? Thank you. I'm still on this. This is like my 25th time doing this. When you hold up the phone, that's like universal. Everybody does that. Phone. He even put it in the thing, Andrew did. He's like, I'll hold up the phone to let you know. But I'm still so like, is that 1 minute? Okay. You know? So, like I said, I'm super nervous for the first time ever, but you guys have been great, and I'm not closing up just yet because I think I still have like 30 seconds. But it's been crazy, and you know what? I'll leave you with this. You can either laugh about shit or you can just cry about it. Laugh. It's better.
Yeah. Jet! I'm a part of it. Thank you.
All right. Give it up for Ricardo Rivera! I love it, man. Because you never know what people are going to tell jokes about. And they always say, you know, when you do stand-up, do something that's individual.